Welcome everybody. My name is Michael Benarzik, and today I have an epic game of chess. I played this one a couple of days ago, so it might be a little rusty, but let's begin. So my opponent, he's playing white, opens with king pawn opening. Basic opening, I just block his pawn from moving up forward anymore. He develops his bishop, I develop my knight to attack his pawn. He develops his knight to defend that pawn. I develop my bishop. What I'm hoping for right now is if he moves this pawn up, this knight can't attack, and I'll have a free piece either here, or if I move my pawn up here, I'll have a nice little fork, and I'll win that exchange as well. He moves his knight. I move my knight, just another development piece. Very common for me to just move there. Okay, and he moves his pawn. Now this is the key move. Once he does this, I see that this knight is pinned. So I have a free piece, or I will win the exchange when I move my pawn, or he's going to have to move his bishop a second time. And you never want to move your bishops twice. So I get him to take the pawn. Maybe he thinks he has the advantage on this exchange because there's this knight here. But again, this knight can't move, so once he takes my knight with his bishop, I come in with my queen, and my queen's safe. So now he has to kick the bishop, and I'm up in points, so all I have to do now is trade for equal material. That's 3 points for 3 points right there. Move my queen again to that free pawn, so now I'm eating up even more pieces. And right at this position, the only thing he can do is moving his king. He has to move his king, or he's going to come down on this position. He's going to lose a lot. And he decides to move there. And I saw this, and I got really excited. I was really forceful with this. I'm going to move my bishop here, and this is, can't do much other than exchange for material again, and he decides to with his queen. So I go ahead and take a 5-point piece. He takes my queen, which is worth 9. I take his queen, which is worth 9, and then he takes my bishop, which is worth 3. So it's a 12 for 14-point exchange. I'm up a lot of points already, and now all I really have to do is play safe. So I go ahead and castle to this open file right here. Well, semi-open. He has a pawn. He takes his knight, probably thinking about attacking this square. I guess it could be considered a weakness. I got my knight right here, so I'm not worried about it. Move my rook up to defend my pushed pawn, and he goes ahead and he attacks this pawn in the corner. Simple move, just protect it. Okay, push my knight, throw him in check. Again, I'm just trying to exchange material, 3 points for 3 points. Really don't care how I do it. And he takes it. He takes the 3 points. I get my 3 points back. He cannot take with his knight, because then I'm just dominating, which I already am. Moves his king. I move my king to protect this pawn now, because the pawn is undefended. And then he moves his rook. So I'm just playing very safe right now. Defending. I like this little pawn structure I got over here. I got a lot of pawns left on the board. There's very little this guy could do. His knight's trapped. So, he goes ahead and exchanges one for 3. So he loses 2 points in that exchange. I move my rook here because I see it's an open rank and an open file, which is really nice for me. He goes ahead and attacks. I attack his pawn, making his rook do a lot of work right there. Now I think he just gave up. I moved his rook there. There's no good reason for him to move his rook right there. I'm just going to go ahead and check his king. Come over here, threaten his pawn. And now I had a choice. Which pawn do I take with? I decided to take with this corner pawn to open up this file to give my rook more room to move. He goes ahead and moves his rook in a terrible position. I take his rook with my pawn. I think he gave up. Yeah, this is where he quits. But basically, this pawn's getting promoted. I move it over here, or say the king moves right here. I move my pawn up once, put him in check. Okay, I just have to move my rook over here, and the pawn's gonna get promoted to a queen. So it's a good game. I'm glad you watched, and I hope you learned something. Have a good day.